Welcome to day 36 or 35 of the NBA playoffs. What are our reactions to it? Let's get into it. Um, so my first thing is, well, there was only one game tonight, Heat Celtics. There's only gonna be one game the rest of the way. My first reaction to it was the Heat shot horrible from three, 19.4% from the 3-point line. Duncan Robinson shot 3 of 11. He actually shot pretty good in the paint tonight. He was like 4 of I want to say 11. Early on in the game, he had like 4 points inside the. He was like 2 for 2 inside the 3-point arc. So I mean, yeah, from inside the 3-point arc, he was pretty good tonight. Um, yeah, let's get back to it. Jay Crowder was 0 of 6. Jimmy Butler was 0 of 2. Goran Dragic was 1 of 7. Andre Iguodala was 0 of 3. Andre Iguodala did not have a good night tonight. Um, I mean, he was 1 of 5 from the field. Had 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Had 1 turnover and a -2 on the plus minus scale. He wasn't really having a good night tonight. Some nights it really does seem like he's kind of like, it's not that, like, he's still good. He's still very playable in the rotation, very helpful. But I think you're always gonna have some of these games now, especially as it gets older in age, where he just doesn't have that much of an impact on the basketball game. My second reaction would be the fact that the Heat, they led for the majority of this game until that third quarter, where the Celtics outscored the Heat by 41. They scored 41. The Celtics scored 41 in that quarter, while the Heat scored 25 in that quarter. As I said, the Celtics would have an amazing third quarter. Percentage wise, they shot 12 of 21 from the field, which is a percentage of 57% from the field. Pretty amazing. The Heat on the other side, they did not shoot that well in this quarter. As I said before, they had 25 points. My math is correct. They shot 8 of 20 from the field, which would be a percentage of 40%, which is not bad, but especially when the Celtics shoot 57%, and you can't defend them. I mean, it really did seem like the Celtics had beaten the Heat's, like, kind of zone. Brad Stevens, he's a genius. He was able to, find a way to scheme against that, or, basically kind of break the zone and force them to play man, in this game, which was really smart for them, and that's kind of how they had this huge quarter in the game. Next thing is Jason Tatum. He had a huge night tonight. It looks like post game interviews I was looking at, he does left foot, something like that. It's heavily taped or something like that, because I think it looks, I don't want to speculate, but it looks injured. Because he had like 3 ice bags on his left leg, something like that. But I mean, he's probably gonna play in game. Would it be 6 at this point? Yeah, he had an amazing night tonight. He was 8 of 22 from the field, had 31 points, 12 of 14 from the field, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. He was also a plus 10 from the game. One area he did not excel well in was shooting from 3. He didn't shoot that bad. He shot 3 of 10 from 3. Maybe take a little less threes in the game, but I mean, overall, I mean, he played a really good game. My next thing would probably be Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown had a good night tonight. He was 12 of 23 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3, shot a little better than Jason Tatum from the 3-point line. He had 28 points, a plus 11 on the plus minus scale, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists and 1 steal. Yeah, it was a really good night for the Celtics, especially in the third quarter. And it really, like, even like in the fourth quarter, despite that third quarter from the Heat, they still had a chance to win this game. I mean, they were only down by like scores of at least 10 with like 8 minutes, something like that, left in the game. They could have come back, but they did not. And yeah, I wouldn't say this series, that goes, it just swings back to the Celtics winning the series. I would say though, if the Heat don't win Game 6, then the series is wide open, because in Game 7 anything can happen. So I wouldn't say this is a must win. The Game 6 is a must win for the Heat, but I mean, it definitely opens the door if they lose tonight. If they lose in Game 6, and they have to play Game 7, which anything can happen in Game 7. The final point I will make about this game is that the Heat kind of blew this one. I mean, besides their 3-point shooting, it really did seem like the Heat had this game in the bag. I mean, the Celtics, I think Tatum shot horrible in the first quarter, the first half again. I forget the stat line, but I mean, Yeah, they really had this one, and I mean that third quarter was horrible, as I said before. They 41 a 16 point deficit for the Heat in the third quarter. And yeah, that was really all my reactions to this game. Like and subscribe, watch other videos, and yeah.